need it
I'll just
and
click.
have it not recorded.
I just click start streaming, so it'll record and connect and be there.
Do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
I use that NVIDIA shadow recording where it's always recording in the background, and then you press a hotkey if you want to save some.
Mm-hmm.
I use that all the time.
So your
Probably
computer's
ought to
always listening,
Hmm.
like Google or
like
Alexa.
Alexa. Aleha is always a listing.
I actually don't have any smart home devices like Alexa or the Google Home or anything like that.
I've actually got
It's just
both.
I just find it faster to just do it myself, especially with a Scottish accent. That
Oh
it just
yeah.
there's no hope.
Yeah, I mean, I
Peter.
I have an Alexa. I got a Gen 3 dot. I have a Gen 2 dot that's
Hey,
collecting
Peter.
dust. But I got a Google Home I got for free for having Spotify. So I was like, I'm not gonna pass up a
Mm.
free
Uh,
Google Home.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Peter.
am I late?
No, we just started
12 minutes
broadcasting.
late.
Fashionably.
And as I called it, you're the only one here.
Well, I didn't notice until I saw a little white mark next to the Discord, and then when I moused over it, there was people here, and I'm like, what?
Oh, should I put an announcement?
Yeah, you might as well.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it'll draw in any more people, which is disappointing.
It is what it is. Everyone. We'll see how many typos I can get this early in the morning.
All of them.
Probably.
I think my keyboard's dying. The A key sometimes double taps, even if you press it once.
Ooh.
It's really annoying.
Dude, all of my buttons do that. It's really annoying when I'm trying to code, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna give you like 5 periods, and
Yeah.
or I
Or you-
miss out on a bracket,
Semicolon?
a
Bracket?
or you're trying
bracket, and it doesn't work. I'm like, why is this working? Because you're missing a bracket.
or you're trying to put in like a 36 character password and it's all like the bullet points as you're typing, so you've no idea.
Yeah. I have to copy paste from my password manager.
Which password manager do you use?
LastPass.
Oh, that's what I got. Okay.
I use RoboForm.
How is that?
Open source. Awesome.
I got my mom into it.
I used to use Intel TrueKey before I moved on to that though.
Mhm.
I just remember mine.
I guarantee
What?
you mine's more complex than yours.
How do you remember all your passwords?
Because I have
You make-
to.
You make them into patterns you could recognize. Like you do
Mm.
a certain symmetry to it.
My master password is that way. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Stallion, hey, how you doing? You are
Cleaned up.
muted.
What?
Symmetry.
Symmetry. What did I say?
I don't know.
My
Couldn't understand with your accent.
my passwords are about 16 characters.
That's ridiculous. I have like a 20 character master password, and all the rest are like random, like completely random.
I'll count out my master password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
Damn.
No,
Jesus.
no,
No,
just no.
that's a real pain to type out every single time.
Oh, Stallion says he doesn't have push to talk. Do we just want to open that up?
Yeah, give me a second.
Open mic night.
Yeah. It's
We can
alright. I go push to not talk. It's fine.
We could have all the accents in here tonight.
Yeah, so something funny happened on my test server. It's a question I was asking about before. I didn't actually roll back the time on my server. What I did was I changed the hours or the minutes per in-game day. I
Mhm.
changed that to be 1 week because we're wiping the main server in a week and switching everyone over to the test server.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, that'd be a good idea, but like, no, it's not a good idea because it set it at day 100 and didn't move, and no zombies spawned.
No. Well,
So then I set it back to like double the default, and it started moving again. But then I got like 6 zombies, and then I switched it to like 2 weeks in the future, and then everything seemed to work okay again, except for Botman that doesn't want to spawn more than 5 zombies at a time.
Oh, hey, we got a new guy, Tom X10N.
is that my base mate on the
Oh no, let me change
on an
that to
L2T
this
map?
here.
How are we supposed to talk when we're unmuted?
I know, it's so rude.
Oh,
I
can
know,
you hear me
right?
now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Tom, you're muted as well.
Yeah, I'm working on it. What role does Tom have?
I am. I was just on push to talk. I'm good now.
Oh, there we
okay.
go. Okay.
How are we?
Doing well.
Can I have a
Yourself?
special
Excellent.
role? I like roles. I'm a role collector
I'm a channel
on my
collector.
server.
How do I unmute myself?
You are unmuted.
Yeah,
Am
we
I?
can- Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Ah,
I just adjusted your role so you didn't have to use push to talk.
awesome. Thank you, dude.
Can you do that for me, please?
Well,
If I do
Pretty
it for
please?
you, I gotta do it for everybody.
this is open mic night. Just do it for everyone.
Just have a brain drain role that allows not the use of push to talk. And then you can just give every.
Because we need more roles, just like we need more channels.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
You just see how many roles we have. We got like
No,
50
no
roles.
more. God, I go insane with how many channels we have.
Peter, are you owner or admin?
Both.
You're only supposed to choose one.
Oh,
Owner.
yeah. Owner.
Owner.
There we go. Alright, admins are assed out for right now.
There we go.
Hello.
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 Oh yeah, yeah.
See how free you feel? You don't have to press talk anymore.
Yeah, but I need to change the sensitivity because I just wiped my PC, so it's automatic.
Seems to be fine. I don't hear anything odd.
Yeah, I'm just going to take the push to talk. I've got a baby in the next room, so yeah.
Ooh, yes.
I'll be a good boy.
Get in my belly.
I just ate a baby.
What's the topics for tonight? Is there any,
Open
or we're
mic.
just
Open mic. Whatever you want to
messing
talk
around?
about.
Whatever you want to
Awesome.
talk about. I mean, we can
I've got a
Um,
list of things we can talk about, but
we can
What about
pester-
Who
things we
here-
can't talk about so we can wipe them off?
let me see here. Let me run through the topics that small stuff up. This one might be relevant under best practices. Don't change the time.
I didn't. Oh, I didn't change it back. I changed it forward to try and fix it. But anyway, yeah, don't ever change the time back. You'll destroy
Don't
your
change
server.
the time.
If you're going to
Um,
do it, back up your main TTW first. So you can always revert
It was-
back.
It was already dead.
No.
Did it to fix it. Does anyone here use Botman?
I do.
There's a new. Do you have more than one bot or just the one?
That's the one.
Okay, because I have two, and on the second one, I'm actually doing the testing version right now.
I have no idea what I'm running. Smeag uses my server as kind of a testing area, although I haven't seen him in a while, so maybe
I
not
think-
so much recently.
I think he said that I'm the only one running the testing version right now.
Could be, because I haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah, because I've been taking all his time because there's so many bugs. So I gave him a list today, and he hasn't responded to me. But yeah,
Well, it's a Friday, or well, I guess it's Sunday, Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. It's actually really cool. Like, it's implementing features that every other server manager has had from like
Day
a
one.
year or more. Yeah, pretty much. But it's really cool that Botman's getting them. Like the player groups thing, the customizable command permissions.
Mm.
I pushed him to get both of them, especially being able to change what the different admin levels have access to. Even though CSMM has always had that.
Hey, has
You know what?
anyone
Sorry, I zoned off for a second.
has anyone tried Sad Panda yet or Bad Panda?
Yeah,
Bad.
me.
Okay.
I have that on 2 of my servers.
No, I'm not talking about the API. I'm talking about the actual interface.
Yeah, I got it on 2 of my servers.
How's it coming along?
Baby steps.
Okay.
I would not recommend putting it on a main server. If you're running CSMM as well, I think it would be fine. Especially if you're someone like Spectral who is really into the CSMM thing.
Well,
But it's
you got to remember, I've supported Rat at one point. I've supported Botman at one point. So right now my current is CSMM, but I love all the features it has. I mean,
me too.
and it's just with the handlebars and the custom hooks.
Oh, that's been updated as well. Have you been to the testing playground?
I have not.
It is awesome.
Well,
It is fantastic.
a lock made it easier for the SSE to work, so it should have
Yes.
a faster response time now with the commands from hitting the lock.
It does. It is faster now.
A little while ago, I made a hammer that when you hit a player with it, it bans them.
A ban hammer?
Literal banhammer, I like it.
Yeah, that is awesome.
It kills them, and it because CPM can like broadcast what weapon killed who.
Oh,
It sees that
a hook.
you've killed them with like just like your admin ban hammer, and it'll say,
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna execute that command now, and oop, off you go.
That's great.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That is really
Very
cool.
dangerous.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you wouldn't want hackers to get a hold of it.
No, that could be
I'm more
bad.
worried about admin getting drunk on a Friday night and just going around hitting people with the hammer.
Your bed.
Naz, is that just a command, or do you physically make a hammer?
Both.
It's a hook, a custom hook that hooks into the log line,
Right. But
and then when it's
I wanted to know
Sorry,
if you
go
actually
ahead.
made the actual hammer in game, so you can go whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
I just copied the normal sort of admin hammer,
Okay.
and
hammer
then
of God.
I just gave it a different name, and then I can lock on to that specific weapon to ban someone. It's not perfect because you can only really issue one command. Well, you can issue multiple commands, but you can't decide, right, I want to put a note saying, oh, he was duping or he was hacking or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
You could make multiple hammers with like pre-made different things, but it'd be a bit of a mess.
Well, couldn't you do a custom argument to fill that in
No,
when you type the command?
Just
I
you
don't-
just stand there and
'cause
stand
it's a
still while I
hammer.
find the right hammer, okay?
No, because he's using a logline hook. So that would work if he was typing a ban command, but not if he's using that
Yeah.
kind of a hook.
The actual hammer. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
My hammer is also called ban hammer, but it doesn't actually ban people. It blows things to smithereens, but
I've been banned from using the block replacer tool.
that's yeah, that's
I missed what I was aiming for, and I changed half the world to kitchen sink taps. It froze the server up and everything.
I've used F block to spawn in cement mixers, like a massive block of cement mixers, just to demonstrate the command. That's fun.
Yeah, F-block's a
haven't
very
used
good
that one.
command.
F block is awesome.
It used to be P block before.
And
A
you can
carrier
also
would
replace
be
blocks
possible
with
as
air.
well.
That's generally what I use it for. Is like if I want to level an area or something. You know.
Replace with air.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Usually,
like that.
usually if I'm doing that, it's the import a prefab I was working on. I think once A20 drops, I'm gonna wait for Pile to update his editor, and then I think I'm gonna do a small keep and put that in one of my servers. I'm actually excited for A20. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
I'm
the
not.
mod
Oh,
and
yeah.
the new buildings, the new downtown.
The new downtown is so cool! Oh my god, it's so cool! I love it so much, so much, so much, so much.
I started off that way when I started hearing things about Alpha 20, and then I started looking at the server manager and all the little modlets we use and that kind of stuff, and just sat there and cried. It's just
Yeah,
It's going to be so
Same.
much work when Alpha 20 comes out.
yeah.
Concerned about the blocks, but
Well, as long as they don't.
on the prefabs.
Well, they eliminated some of the blocks. But
I know.
if you have prefabs that you've made, if you use Pile's editor, you can open them up
know.
and just replace the blocks. I wasn't
I
telling
know.
you. You know this. I'm telling Tom.
I wouldn't do it that way, honestly,
Of course you would. You're a
because that messes
masochist.
up the textures on the blocks, and you get them mismatched and
Oh, okay.
all
We
that.
run
so-
a monthly competitive PvE server. So every custom POI we do is custom made each month, so it's not a huge problem for us. But depending on when it drops, it may be a bit of a rush for us to get them all out. By the time it drops, say like the second of the month, it'll be fun.
Well,
Who's talking?
Tom,
Tom's new.
I'm brand new.
yeah.
mate.
Very
Aye.
new.
Sorry, I'm just trying to pick up on voices.
Need a brain drain at least. I've been in the server a couple of months, but first time I managed to catch you guys.
I was gonna say
Does
its new name.
Are you also in
does
the UK,
CPM
Tom?
Say again?
Are you also in the UK?
I am indeed, yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, does CPM work in the Prefab Editor?
No.
Could it?
Damn.
I mean, if you had it loaded locally, I don't know.
Well, I don't
Well,
think
it's
it
a
works
modlet.
locally. Well,
Yeah.
CPM is a API. So
CPM is what's actually on your computer that you're running commands locally on. So
well, no,
I don't
CPM
know
is
why.
actually on the server.
Yeah, well, is there any reason you couldn't run it locally?
It will not work with a single player game. It might work with a multiplayer game because that's pretty much almost like a dedicated server. Like
I'm thinking Prefab Editor. Because if you could load it up, you could use BRAP block and replace the blocks with the new blocks or
There's
something like that.
You could load it into a small multiplayer map and then capture the POI from the multiplayer game and save it that way.
Yeah.
The
Prefab, sorry.
default Prefab Editor already has a replace blocks function.
Yeah, that's awesome, that feature.
And you can use it with the selection as well if you just want to replace blocks in a certain area.
Really?
It's cool.
Naz,
Yeah, I haven't really messed around with that.
Naz, did you do a tutorial on the Prefab Editor
I did on the
on the website?
7DAC website.
Let me go pull that up
Yeah.
slowly.
Tom, you did know about the website, right?
No.
No.
I can't tell if that was sarcastic or not.
No, it was not.
I really
genuinely
didn't.
Hey, Nanny.
I knew Peter was sarcastic.
No, I forgot about it.
Yeah, it's 70
Guys, Nani is the owner of our server and the admin, so.
Oh.
Introductions.
How's it going?
Hello.
Ah.
Hello.
I thought I'd come and have a sneak, see what's going on. Usually you run these too late for me.
That's why we have it bright and early in the morning. I took one for the team. I'm just throwing that out there.
9:30 at night. Past my bedtime.
Well,
It's 6:30 in the morning.
yeah, I'm on the East Coast, so it's 9:30 in the morning for me. We're 6:30 for Karma.
2:30 p.m. for us. So
Yeah.
11:30 p.m. for me.
We were nice this time.
Yeah.
thank you very much.
hmm
Where's Sam at?
Probably taking care of the baby. I think he said that he wasn't going to be able to join.
Oh, okay. Because I know it's like 11:30 for him, too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. West Coast, Best Coast. Let's be clear about that. BP.
Yeah, no. With your cold ass ocean on that side.
Oh, I love my cold ass ocean. It's awesome. Keeps things nice and smooth. See, all the ne'er-do-wells are on the East Coast. Look at that. Everybody's all chiming in. Thank you, Peter.
Peter's not on the East Coast.
He said he's West Coast. See, Peter's cool. We can always count on the folks from the West Coast. So,
Yeah.
Oh, but Bad's in Oz too.
what's that?
Australia or
Bad.
Austria? We're not quite sure at this point.
Oh,
Let's see.
I see Oz and I think Australia.
I posted something last month. Keeping players interested long term.
Oh, did I miss that? I'm so sorry.
Might have.
It's okay.
Or had I not gotten to that on my list?
I don't know.
I think running events helps. You know, depending on what kind of server you're running. You know, maybe like a battle royale. You know, do a little PvP action in an arena or something. Or if you create a prefab of a dungeon, put it underground, and then you know you can teleport your victims, players, to the dungeon. Have them run through looking for goodies and stuff that you placed.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think different events. Maybe if there was a racetrack, you could hold a race. You know, for X amount of laps, and whoever comes in first and second, gets something.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's also important to keep them involved in the direction of the server. Like I have a whole channel devoted to, hey, what kind of mods do you want to see? So we discuss what kind of mods. So that way, if they're more building, I tend to be more building oriented. So if they like that kind of stuff, they want to be building, then give them the tools that they want so that they can build those things. Because if you're playing, you tend to bring in your friends.
Yes.
So I did a wipe yesterday, and heck, last night I actually hit my server max. First time in a long time. I was quite happy with that, but mostly because I had a lot of my old players come back. So I have players that have been playing on my server for 6 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, long time. So they leave and they come back and they'll play a game and they'll come back. But just making sure that they've got a good non-toxic environment, I think, for me is important.
Yeah, I don't tolerate bullshit.
No.
When my servers were actually busy, I've been woken up at like 1 o'clock in the morning because someone's an asshat, and I'm like, all right, let me go. Boom, gone. I don't deal with bullshit. You want to be an asshole, that's it. You're going. No warning, just banned, and that's it.
Yeah.
Good here. It's not just us. Yeah.
Yeah. Consistency of the rules. People know what to expect, so there's not, like I'm very clear about my rules.
I've been people that haven't even joined my server. I ban all the people that are on the pack chat.
Oh yeah, preemptive. Keep those toxic folks out.
Yeah, we've been very lucky that the only people we found doing things dodgy have ended up being admins and doing it dodgy for us rather than against us. So that's
How do you guys all find your admins?
Players.
Keeping an eye on people and just generally let them play, let them do what they do, and just keep your eye out for standout people.
We tend to find people.
I don't like the idea of people applying for stuff, really. I know we're going to go forward and we're going to be doing a bit of that, but in general, I find the best players are the ones you find rather than them finding you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If somebody comes forward and wants to be an admin, I'm generally very wary of why they want to be an admin. You get people on a power trip all the time, you know what I mean?
Yep. It's got to be somebody I mesh with, because I have one player that just keeps on asking, well, how do I become an admin? Like, I find people that I can mesh with, and I can't. I can't with them. There's just no way I could work easily with that person. So I'm like, I'm never going to ask you.
Exactly that.
Yeah, we tend to find people that we like who, well, not so much people we like, people who are genuinely nice people that we can teach at admin rather than people who know the game who are assholes. It's much easier to teach one way than teach the other.
I 100% agree with that.
Are you guys pure 7 days then, or do you do multiple games, or?
I do multiple games.
Yeah, right now I am partner up with Flooded, who's not here. I'm pretty sure he's out. Oh, Carmen, to answer you, I forgot they are migrating to a new data center, so that's probably why the site's down.
Okay. Yeah,
I did get an email about that earlier this week.
Okay.
So Flooded and I have my own 7-day server that pretty much only one of my players plays on. He's a retiree, so you know he does it. We have a Ravenhurst server up, and we have another vanilla server up. We have an Empyrean Reforged Eden modded server up. We have Valheim. We have a Valheim server up, and just yesterday I launched a DayZ expansion mod server.
Ooh.
So
I keep looking at DayZ, to be fair.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I have DayZ.
The vanilla game is shit. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
I've got almost 30 hours in the vanilla game, and I'm like, me and my buddy got it like when it first came out because we had played the Arma 2 mod, and it's the same guys doing this, and him and my one buddy got it, and like, dude, he's like, this sucks. I'm like, well, yes, one is very early access, and you guys jumped on it, and they have about 100 hours in it prior, you know, from that, but I'm like, I didn't buy into that. I'm like, I'm gonna wait on that one. Because the mod was so good, and then they're doing a standalone. So I caught it on sale, I don't know, it was this year or last year, on either summer or winter sale on Steam. It was like $27. I'm like, all right, I'll get it for that. So we played a little bit of it. You know, I think it's a little bit, my buddy bitches about this, but like we've died from starvation in like the first day that we're playing. So I'm like, well, that's a little bit excessive, you know. You should at least, at least DayZ starts you off with a jar of water and a can of food. 7 days. So, back in 2019, I heard about this mod that they were working on. You know, another group was working on, and I checked it out, and it's called the expansion mod. And I'm like, wow, this adds a whole bunch of the stuff that was basically in the Arma mod. And I'm like, this is pretty cool. So, it wasn't out yet. They were still working on it, and now it's been out for a little while. And I finally got around. They're like, all right, let me get this going, because I haven't hosted a DayZ server before, so I'm not sure what I'm actually in for and how their settings work and stuff like that. Everything is apparently a JSON file. So, I went through. I actually set a lot of this up while I was at work. We had this stuff running on a Windows Server 19 VM, so I can just get in.
Off topic.
So I set that up and just made that go live yesterday. So if anybody's interested, hit me up later and I'll give you the info.
Sorry, just trying to reel you back in.
Yeah. Still slightly off topic, and you guys, I don't know how you guys are running your servers, whether it's Linux or Windows, but I'm using this control panel. Brainless.us is the website. It was very easy to set up, and basically it's like a TC admin panel. Might not have all quite the same functionality as of yet, but it makes deploying servers quickly pretty good. It'll download the files from Steam. It'll set it up. All you got to do is just edit your server config, and I've actually put the suggestion in there to have the server config in one of the tabs in the panel so you can edit it directly there and have it save. So now we can get back on topic.
Okay.
So
We can circle back at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cool. I mean, no, sorry, Peter. Nani and I have got to the point now where we're dropping servers. What, 4 hours is it, Nani? We can drop a server and start a new season?
Probably a little bit less than that if I'm less stressed, but yeah, we're pretty good.
Yeah, so especially with 7 days wise, it's surprisingly, once you've done it,
So what's your process for dropping a server that takes 4 hours? Like, what are you doing that takes that much time?
I don't think it actually takes 4 hours, to be fair. To get the actual framework up and running is probably just, I don't know, 30 minutes, something like that.
Okay.
And then Tom usually does the maps, it's generating maps and finding something that's great that takes the time, rather than the actual server framework itself.
Yeah,
I just did a server wipe, and that was probably my main part that I had to spend a lot of time is looking for a good map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make sure the oceans are not getting parted by Jesus and all that sort of stuff.
Right? Moses is very busy sometimes.
Moses is doing my head in.
Are you doing the nitrogen, or is that like vanilla? Because I haven't run into it on Kinggen yet. Nitrogen was pretty bad for that. I've been using Kinggen for the last 2 maps, and it's doing a good job. I've
literally just come across Kinggen. We had a Darkness Fall server we bought up, and we ended up with a random world gen, and we were missing 2 of the really important POIs.
Yeah, because
Yeah, pain in the ass. We managed to fix that. It took us a while. But yeah, Kinggen is on my list of things to check out. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, do it. It's pretty good. It doesn't have the highways like Nitrogen has, but
yeah.
So far, I'm really liking it. It's done a good job. There's some wonkiness, of course, but it does a good job.
It'll be interesting to see what happens when they drop A20 and how things are going to go there. I'm willing to bet they're going to drop something like that into the game, rather than,
Hey, sorry.
Not to.
I don't know if they're going to be if it's going to be quite that granular.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have like some options in like the menu. You can maybe tweak some things, but I don't know if it's going to be as vast as like Nitrogen or Kinggen.
Yeah, I don't think it will ever be. It will have that many options.
It doesn't need to be.
We definitely check Kinggen out next time round, I think.
Yep.
That is our go-to for the next season. Yeah, sorry, just DC for a second, guys. Sorry about that.
So you keep
Manmod
saying
doesn't like options.
Yeah, you keep saying season. What do you mean by season?
We run competitive PvE with prizes and stuff like that at the end of the season, so we wipe every 30 days. We have an algorithm. We use to calculate a score based off a number of things, and we do giveaways and things. So I think last time round it was Echo Dots, some fire tablets, some of our T-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice. You guys have a pretty decent sized community then.
We are an actual business. We're set up to do just that.
No kidding.
Yeah. Nah, I do this full time.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, we both do it.
7 days, we're not doing too bad on. We need to get some more numbers in for 7 days. Our main staple at the moment is Arc. We're doing really well with Arc.
I run some Arc servers too, but not professionally.
We have a couple of Minecraft servers running SevTech and SevTech of the Sky, and we're just about to deploy Rust as well. We've gone through Conan. We've gone through quite a few things actually.
Yeah,
we're doing all right.
Yeah, I've run Conan and Rust before, the Forest. I just saw Conan just had a 36 or 37 gig update.
It's dead though. It's the problem with Conan. There's no player base left.
Really?
Unless you're into erotic RP, there is nothing left with Conan at all.
Unless you're what?
Unless you're into erotic RP.
There's a
Are you not aware of this?
Wow,
the audience mainly for Conan now is literally erotic RP and people doing stuff like that on like severely locked down servers. People pay for access so they can get away with whatever they need to do without being banned.
Wow.
That's where the audience is. But numbers for Conan are dwindling fast. There's no audience left at all.
That's a shame. I liked it. I just never got the chance to like really get deep into it. Like I have 7 days.
It's a good game. It's a really good game.
Yeah, it is. I've had it since the day it released early access.
Yeah.
You know, because Flood and I did have a Conan server up, but without like you said, there's dwindling playership. I mean, if I could, get a few people, I'd be glad to throw one back up again and, actually sit there and play.
That's the problem, is finding people. We were running paid advertisements and stuff like that, and we ended up with like 2 or 3 players.
Wow.
It was just absolutely ridiculous. There's nobody left. You mention erotic RP and servers that are locked down and you can do whatever you want, you'll get flooded. It's just a case of if you want to deal with that sort of stuff, and the
Ugh.
yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Yeah, makes my skin crawl.
Bad enough listening to people talk about the stripper zombie in 7 days. I can't even imagine being on a
I love
stripper.
the stripper zombie.
Ugh, so gross, so gross.
I mean, to be fair, the stripper has been replaced with the hooker, so she's at least fully clothed now.
Yeah, that's true. Yep, sorry, the party girl.
Yeah.
Valiant sad.
Well, see, this is why I'm pushing for a nasty old dude in a hospital gown with jiggly butts.
What?
Feel
Hey,
my
you got-
pain. Feel my pain.
Whatever turns you on.
Figure that'd be great. Just little saggy butt cheeks wiggling in the wind.
Hey, the tourist guy.
The tourist guy.
The
yeah.
fat Hawaiian shirt
the
guy.
jiggly face. No, we need jiggly butts. We need the hospital gown with the jiggly butt hanging out the back.
You gotta take the shirt off the Hawaiian dude so his moobs jiggle.
Mm. Oh no, they do. They left the physics on that one. Oh, somebody having problems. Troubles, Bubbles?
No, my PC lost connection, so I'll pass you over to my phone, and then I'm back on my PC now, so we're all good.
Gotcha.
But back to before, I run probably about 4 7-day servers. There's a Conan server hanging out there somewhere in the depths of my server, and I run Space Engineers. That's probably my favorite game for multiplayer. Is that.
Yeah, that's one I haven't set up a server for or actually delved into yet.
Good game. Very good game.
Really love it. It's too very, very intensive on the server, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you add a couple of mods in.
We struggled with endgame on that. It's a really good game, but then we struggle for things for people to do endgame. There's just nothing there for endgame at all. I mean, they've added the trading in now and stuff like that, but
I've got a few things on there and a few plugins, but it's mostly just like a sandbox. You make your own path.
It's really got to be PvP for endgame, hasn't it?
Yeah.
If people want to keep building.
If you can find people to PvP with, that's the question. So I just go on there to mess around, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun until you have to do a partial wipe and delete, well, everything except for player built stuff. Because it gets really laggy, like, really fast.
That's not too surprising, sadly.
It's hard to push enough power at it. Like, the CPUs I've got in my server now are pretty powerful. Like, I paid $500 used for the pair of them, and they do the job, but it's still very demanding, especially when I have the other 7-day servers running on it as well.
What are your CPUs?
They are... we'll come back to that. I have to fire up iDRAC.
Alright.
It takes a while.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we're running... Are we running Xenons, Nani?
Dual Xeons, yeah, 5 gig.
Dual Xeons, yeah. Even we got to the point where we thought we probably haven't got enough resources to pull up the Space Engineers server properly, so...
It requires a 3.3 base, but it's recommended to have 5, so...
Wow.
Getting 5 on a dual Xeon is, I'm pretty sure it's impossible.
Yeah, that's...
We'd struggle,
7 days is really single.
7 days is nothing. 7 days is nothing compared to some of the other games out there.
Yeah. I heard Squad uses a bunch of resources too.
Okay, my CPUs are dual E5 2667 V2s running at 3.4 gigahertz.
Okay. What's the boost?
I think it's like 3.6.
Wow. Okay.
They're older CPUs, but they're pretty powerful for their day. I think they retailed for like $2,000 each back in the day.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I have a rack server that I've upgraded over the years. It's collecting dust right now, but I put dual X5690s in there, and they cost me like
Oh,
$200 a piece. Obviously
yeah.
older, and then I've got it maxed out with 192 gigs of RAM. Eventually, I'll
Wow.
find a use for it again, but
Virtual machine server. That's pretty much it.
yeah.
Home automation, things like that. Maybe self-hosting CSMM instances.
Well, I
That would
already
be a
do
good use
that.
for it.
I actually already do that with the server I'm actually running the games on, because I'm running Unraid as for the raid, and I worked with Itch, and we got CSMM on a container that runs in Unraid, so
Yeah.
that's all taken care of.
Has
Yeah.
anyone got any experience with Panda?
Yes.
What's it like compared to CSMM?
We literally had this
I,
conversation
I,
just before you arrived as well. It's brilliant.
That's all right.
well,
We can
he's
go back over
he's
it.
asking a different question. CSMM and Bad Panda, CSMM and Botman, they really don't compete with each other. They do different things. So
Okay.
it would be more like comparing Bad Panda to Botman, and
Okay.
it's probably about a quarter of the way there. If you want to compare it to CSMM, I would say don't.
Okay.
Like if you already got all your stuff going, like you've already got all your custom commands and all your hooks and all your automation going with CSMM, there is
Yep.
no reason to switch. Like none. But if you want easy, then the other managers are where it's at for that.
Don't particularly mind easy. Easy is not a problem. I'm pretty well versed with IT. Just wondering about functionality and features and stuff like that, because everyone seems to be screaming about Panda at the moment.
Well, Panda's
There's
the
a
newest thing
couple
on the
of
market. That's why.
there is a couple of things that it does differently, and I think there's a couple of things that it does that CSMM doesn't do, and there's no examples for it, but it can do. Let me just open up my panel.
Hey, Peter.
Yes.
Would you be interested in doing an article for 70 AC? Just like doing like a comparative between the different server managers, since you use them all.
I can.
Oh, I'm
If
asking
you
if
give,
you'd be interested in. I mean,
yeah. If you just give me some like bullet points to go from, that would help.
oh, basically, I would maybe like discuss each of them and then do like a comparative, and maybe like almost kind of like a little bit of an opinion, like, hey, if this got Botman for this or that, and kind of explain it to people, because then it gives people some information about each of the different ones all in one place and what their needs might be.
Yeah.
Did you mean to start streaming?
Yes.
Okay.
One of the things it can do is Botman has the command version, and it prints out this. It's not particularly useful, but it does tell you what mods you have. I'm not sure if CPM has something like that, or CSMM.
I think version is a command that unlocks, or it might be a native command that would pop out in the console what mods are installed and what version they are based on the information included in the mod.
Yeah. And then you have command help. So this is like typing out a help, but then you can go, okay, I want to click on this one, and it gives you the usage for it.
Okay, that's cool.
Which I don't really use because I remember all the ones that I need to use. Players is a bit buggy, like you have to go to a specific date to be able to see the players.
Also, it doesn't show up kind of live.
It does show live if
Okay.
there were any players on here, but this server's kind of broken at the moment. There's
Okay.
something wrong with the mods. It's War of the Walkers, so you could probably guess some of the problems that would be wrong with it. The config. So everything's basically in one menu. Like you got your ban items, your stack, what level people are allowed to be at a certain level. So if anyone enters spectator mode, it will ban them. The other server managers do that as well. You got your messages when people die, get killed, or log in. It's the same. This is something that is kind of nice, and that's your like welcome pack. You can just put the items in there, and then they'll get it.
That's
The
pretty cool.
vote side is in here. You can add gimme items to it. I don't think you can add zombies in here, which defeats the purpose. Horde Night competition is pretty cool. So it'll count how many zombies players killed during Horde Night, and then give players the in-game currency, like whoever won, it'll give them. These are pretty cool. I've managed to rip these events out and put them in my other server. And these just do a set game pref for gather loot and XP for 15 minutes, and it does it every 30 minutes. So it does a set game pref, and then it does a buff all players. Spawn announcer, this is weird. The auto shutdown, it says minutes delay, and I had a bit of trouble with that. All your reset areas, prefabs, whatever. It has a webhook like the CSMM Discord hook, but it's trash. Well, it's not trash, but it only displays the public chat, which is useless for me. Remove falling blocks. Hotspots is a notify claim. Locations is a location, and a sanctuary is a zombie like a zombie free claim.
So yeah, it's a much more simplified version of, well, not version of, but equivalent to CSMM. At least that's what it appears to be.
It's much simplified. You got player groups like CSMM has with its Discord integration and its roles. This you can set a whole bunch of things. It's pretty cool stuff like this here. I like separating out the players into groups. So you'd have your default group, which would be your new players. Then like admin, donors, moderators, and whatever other groups you have. And you can also set the game prefs for that one reboot. One thing I was messing about before with CSMM was setting the server to PvP while it was running. I never got anywhere with that. It didn't seem to work. Any questions?
No, it's pretty cool. Thank you for that.
I'm sorry.
I have a couple of cool ideas from that.
Looks like a fantastic way to start running your first server as well. It's much more user friendly.
Looks pretty easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except the game map basically just shows the location of the players and the zombies, but it doesn't have the Alux web map background. It's what I've asked them to add, but they haven't yet. Should be able to grab some of the server logs, but I'm not sure which ones. Prisma.
Hello, Prisma. Are they on push to
They
talk as
don't.
well?
Probably. I'm just.
Who?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Who's pushed to talk?
Prisma,
Nah,
Prisma, maybe.
I think he's under the modder role. He should be okay. He just might not want to say
Okay.
anything.
Sure.
Yeah, that's about it.
Coolio, thank you for the show and tell.
That's okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Not like
That was cool.
there's some ideas to get from it, but it's still a long way away from becoming really anything. And again, it doesn't compete with CPM CSMM because it's not really the same thing.
Would you recommend running it with alongside like Botman, or is it work? Does it work well on its
No.
own, or?
If you're gonna run it with anything, run it with CSMM and CPM
Okay.
because those CPM and CSMM don't seem to have a problem running with anything else as long as they're passing through the chat commands to Bad Panda. That's the only problems I've ran into, but they're pretty quickly solved. Because CPM will always capture the chat before anything else.
Mm. Well, let's see. I'm going to keep on going through my topics list and see if there's anything that we want to chat more about. So how to grow servers was kind of covered with the how to keep your servers. Do we want to discuss what it's like running a small server versus a big server, or that's kind of covered?
Yeah, I think that's kind of
Yeah.
covered.
Yeah, kind of feel like that. Well, we did discuss maps a little bit. So like nitrogen and Kinggen and stuff.
Well, TFP's talked about about fixing the RWG for A20.
Mhm.
So hopefully that's fixed on Linux too, because that's what a lot of people
Oh.
run their servers on.
I tried generating a map on Linux. It was a 10K map.
In the morning, but after
It's
doing my stuff
broken.
in the morning. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't even do it. And then I fired up Kinggen and it was done in like 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Nani, do we want to tell them the thing?
The thing.
I'd love to know what the thing is.
I would as well.
The Thursday night, Friday morning thing.
Okay, stick it in staff chat because I've got no idea what you're talking about.
We did on Thursday night.
They spawned a whole bunch of stripper
like.
zombies.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I wish.
I mean, yeah, not my type, unfortunately. You guys, with the random world gen, you guys know where to find the actual random world gen from base game, don't you? The actual map file itself.
In world?
Locally or?
Locally, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. It's alright. We struggled for about 2 hours to find it the day because it's just not online anywhere. Nobody knows where it is online, so that's good. Yeah, just because with the in-game RWG, we spent ages trying to find a way to put custom POIs into it, and nobody's telling anybody online.
You're talking about the app data roaming 7 days.
That's the one, yeah. We're not as smart as we thought we were, Nanny. Damn it.
Did you not check the official forums?
Yeah, check the official forums, did a generic Google search, check the 7 days Discord, check this Discord. And
are you guys on Guppy's modding Discord?
No, I don't think I'm not. I've done a few, but I'm not. We don't tend to use many client-side mods, so we're kind of server-side only at the minute, just because we don't want people to have to download stuff to log in.
Guppy's is about all modding, not just client-side. So it's the XML,
cool.
XPath. It's, if you want to venture into, having downloadable mods and stuff. It's not. It's the unofficial official modding Discord for 7 days. So it's not just client side stuff. I mean, Kane is there from Darkness Falls. Jax Teller, I think, is still there from Ravenhurst. Who else? Like, pretty much everybody's there. So
that's really cool.
Even if you just have like general questions, it's as long as you have a sense and you listen, because we get a few people over there that, think they know better, and I'm like, just their attitude is poor, and people are resistant to help them because they don't want to listen. But as long as you're open-minded, you listen. I mean, you have Guppy, you have Zith, you have Sphery, anybody who mods is over there. So.
Oh, fantastic!
Even if you just just an XML question or an XPath question, or you have an idea that you need help with, or how to do a new buff, because you don't want to have players download stuff, because I know my players never like to download things, but there's so much awesome stuff out there, and they would download it, they'd be like, oh my god, this is awesome, and improve the game experience. But
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, what I'll do in the BD Live, I will bring up Guppy's Discord
Beat
invite.
ya.
Did you? Okay. I'm not sitting at my computer. I'm sitting on my couch.
I got it.
Yeah, I just would have went tag Guppy, and it should have popped up.
I'm sure you would. I don't have...
Yeah, and there's almost 2,000 people on there.
It's a big place.
And almost 800 online right now. So, I mean... Yeah, so...
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
You're probably an asshole.
I'm an asshole.
I know I'm an asshole. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, now I've spent a lot of time talking to Kane in the modding section of the official Discord, so it'd be good to get in there as well and ask some more in-depth questions.
And then other people that are into it can answer as well, not just Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
It's usually Kane because we're both UK, so yeah. It's just a time zone thing.
Yeah, I mean, Stompy's in there. He's in New Zealand. Chico, she's recovering from surgery, but she's over in Japan. Zith is in Florida. Guppy's in Texas. Trekkin's over there for Rat. He's in, I think, in Oregon? The Northwest?
Trekkin's a good dude.
Yes. But yeah, anybody's over there. So if you get questions, that's the place to do it.
Yeah, I mean, most of our modulet making and XML editing has just kind of been trial and error at this point, so it'd be good to talk to someone who actually knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, if you look under modding help and discussion, there's an XML channel and an XPath channel. So, and then there's like other stuff if you a POI channel. So there's pretty much a channel for everything. I'm sure it would make Karma cringe, but
as long as there is a good damn reason to have a channel, I don't have a problem with it.
Every time I'm there, I'm like, Karma would her mind would explode if she was over here.
To be fair, Karma, they've got them very well organized, so you can just close them all down and you've only got 5 things to look at. It's a miracle.
That's how you do it.
I think we have more channels than them.
Probably. I like organization. There's a channel for
everything
and everything in this channel.
I love organization, but having everything at the root level is not organization. Okay, bent over.
There's a channel for everything and everything in its channel.
But if the channels haven't been used in years, are they really in the right place?
Yes.
No.
It's called we need to do more enforcement.
No. We need to do a clean, go through, scrub.
No.
But we need it all. We need it all.
No.
Yes.
See, all right, we are 70 minutes in to the brain drain.
Yep. About 20 minutes left. And then I can get some breakfast.
Yeah. I've been eating.
Breakfast.
Well, that's because it's past dinner time there, Stallion.
Let's see. Okay, so maps. Now I'm on to prefabs.
Yay, prefabs.
Today's a good day to talk about prefabs.
Stallion's an expert in prefabs.
Yes.
Stallion's an expert on crashing servers with his prefabs.
That too.
These are just chickens. That's all it is. He's playing. He's wrecking the
100 plus zombies in one prefab when you have a populated server.
Well,
That's-
you guys use nitrogen or Kinggen. Well, nitrogen, you're supposed to do the wide roads and the wide city grids, which pushes the prefabs away from
We do
each other
that.
more. And we have streamers that stream the compo pack, but they use the OCD map. So every single POI is on each other's doorstep, and they're wondering why they're having issues. I do understand there is, like, on servers, mine would. Not all of mine, just a couple of them. Well, when I say a couple of them, it's maybe 4 or 5. But yeah, no, I like killing players, so
Who doesn't?
We've
I don't
can't
like
say I
actually,
blame you.
killing servers.
My favorite pastime to kill them.
I've
The
been banned from making POIs, zombie POIs on our server because apparently I'm too cruel.
That's
Who's that? Who's too cruel? Any
It's
POIs that
okay.
you
My
want
boss
to
is in
send
the
my
channel,
way,
so I'm happy to
happy to
say
have a
that
look at
I'm too cruel. Do you agree, Danny?
You would lose as players.
There we go.
what you do is you put a wall around it and say, "Players, do not enter here. Proceed
Oh.
at your own risk."
That's
Danger,
like a white
rage
flag
quit
waving,
warning.
though, isn't it? It's like, come over here. The cool things are here.
Uh huh. And then when they complain, like, "I told you, don't go there."
The thing is,
I need my things
our players don't complain to us. They just leave.
Yeah.
Don't even get a chance to go. It's okay. It's supposed to be cruel. But yeah.
That's the other thing is they cut corners when they're traveling,
Mm.
and then they wake up that volume,
Oh.
and then like they keep traveling, but that volume's already been awoken, so they'll get to another POI and no zombies spawning. What the hell? That's because they've already woken up a lot of zombies.
Oh yeah.
So I have done a bit of work on the DP48 and moving the prefabs out so you can tell where the edges are. So should make
That's a good
it
show,
bit
yeah.
easier. And Naz,
Mm-hmm.
your super carrier.
Yes.
I'm like super interested in that one.
It's my baby.
Yeah.
Get in my belly.
Like I've got it in the CP in the at your own risk because of its size.
Yeah, it's
In the in one of the channels there, we've got it's a donation channel, but everyone knows that that's not for everyone to work on. It's just if they want to play it because it's big. Like my hotel's in there as well.
I need to check that.
I've saw your
and
hotel. That thing is really big.
Yeah, well, that fits inside my international airport that I'm making.
It's inside.
Yep.
We need to
And
go
it's
on
only
a
a
field
small
trip.
part of it.
We do definitely need to go on a field trip at some point.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't released my international airport, by the way. It's been 5 years in the making. I get distracted a lot too, so that doesn't help.
And then
Squirrel.
A20 is coming out. I remember you talking about the airport a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I seriously need to get back into POI building because I've been building like horde bases and stuff. We've got to support a horde base on the server, but that's really as far as I've gone with it in recent months. So I really need to get back in and get a good project to sink my teeth into. I think.
Wait for A20. Wait for A20.
Oh yeah. Oh
there
yes.
Are more shapes. So many more shapes. So many, and more coming. I can't keep up with them. God.
Oh no, it's insane. I was quite happy with my rather large house that I built, and kind of thinking that's quite a big POA. That's cool, you know. Started playing Darkness Falls when we put it on our server, and I'm sitting there going, "Why is that so huge?" Yeah, I'm going to need to pull my finger out and get something done once Alpha 20 comes out.
Right.
I've been trying to do the same with the carrier. I always wanted to take it out of the snow, just because since they removed ice, it makes even less sense. It looks really weird. And it's been something I've been talking about for ages and ages, and I've just never gotten around to it. But I've made a bit of progress on it, and it's in its dry dock, and I've done all the wood blocks, and I'm almost fixed all the stability on it. I'll post a couple pictures and chat. The other staff here will be rolling their eyes. Oh, not this again.
What we
Until
need is
you need
water
to wait.
tightness. We need
That's
blocks
pretty
to be
much to do to
watertight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
That's coming along really nicely, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Just imagine gyrocopters landing on there.
That's
Oh,
exactly
jerk
what I
off.
thought. I was thinking exactly that
As
when
soon
I
as
saw
they
the
land, it's all gonna
picture.
go poof.
Right.
The gyrocopter is just completely dwarfed when you try and take off on it.
I'm not surprised. Crikey, blimey.
Yeah.
I've
We've
managed to-
actually.
I managed to
Sorry.
keep it roughly the same dimensions. It's going to be about 3% bigger, which doesn't sound like much, but it's several thousand blocks bigger.
Crikey.
Insane.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that for the CP. If you would be okay with that, of course you'll have all the credit and stuff. So that's
Yeah, that's fine. The only thing that kills me about it is that distant mesh issue. So if you try and use a map generator with it, it will have that issue unless you disable the distant mesh or you change it into two individual prefabs.
Oh, I guess
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had fun with that one recently as well. Gonna place those down perfectly is a bit of a pain, but yeah.
yeah. Well, I had one of the players, he hand placed it in his map. He had a perfect spot for it in nitrogen with nitrogen's mud flats,
Mhm.
where the water's supposed to be, but it turned out to be mud. And yeah, he hand placed it. But I actually think it looks quite nice in the snow myself. But yeah, in the like burnt by wasteland would be cool too. Sorta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
The army forgot to move it before they bombed the place.
Maybe like a sand version in the desert might have been cool as well.
Yeah.
Right, because they have that one lake that dried up, and there's all those little tankers that are on it in the middle of the desert.
The reason
That
I
would
went
be
with
cool.
snow is because I just kind of like the snow biome, and it means I can do a little bit of water stuff with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said originally it was just frozen in the ice, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is a proper work of art, that is.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you spent on that? I can imagine some time.
Since before I started the drive dog version, it was up around 1,000 hours.
Wow.
I don't even know now.
Yeah.
And Nani wonders why I don't do big projects.
Are you using commands to build that, or is it all hand placed?
I use the Prefab Editor, so I do like use the selection stuff for big stuff. But originally I started it in Alpha 16 before the editor was a thing.
Oh,
And
wow.
if you wanted to create large areas of blocks, you had to do it by commands, and it was really finicky.
Oh, I can imagine.
We've actually removed Comfort Pack from our server for this wipe.
Get out of this channel.
Improve our server performance a little bit.
Where's the ban button? Where's this ban button? Ban. Oh, damn it, I don't have that privilege.
Good. I appreciate Compo Pack, I really do, but I don't like how much lag it puts on the server when it's populated. And I'm too lazy to go through the... It gets up to 30 when we wipe, but I'm too lazy to...
What's the CFP recommend?
4.
8.
8. Well, okay, so I'm too lazy to go through the Prefabs XML and remove all of your prefabs from it. That's it. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Not saying they're bad.
I don't get offended. That's fine. I have no problem.
Is
So,
there
yeah,
like
it's-
a CP
Just
Lite
crossing you off my
version?
Christmas list though, but I don't mind. No. Say again, sorry, Karma.
I was gonna say, is there a CP Lite version? So if servers don't necessarily have the, or if they're a high pop server, because it is tough, you know.
No, they just have to remove the big ones.
Ah.
Yeah.
Can we have a list of big ones?
Anything with stallions then in it.
Right.
As soon as you finish
Billy?
making that list, Peter, we'd love a copy. That'd be great. Yeah.
Pilly has some big ones, but he has some small ones as well. But yeah. Look, I am working on things, so hopefully I can make it easy for you guys. Even 4 servers, it'll be pretty cool. So yeah, see what A20 brings.
That's definitely something I've been keeping in mind when I'm doing the dry dock version is performance, and I've been tracking the verts and triangles just to see if what I'm doing is making things worse or better. And I'm still not at like full going through and optimizing stuff more, but it's worse.
A little
Yeah.
bit about
What-
the verts and stuff. I
what's-
don't tend to look at that.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is this
Triangles.
verts and tries and stuff? I look at. I mean, I know what it is. I'm just being silly, but I ignore it. I mean, I tested on my I tested on my computer, and I don't have any lag and that. So
Yeah, until you start getting players on it and
yeah,
spawning
so
hundreds
that's
of
the
zombies
difference.
in it.
I don't get. I'm not on a server, so I just play single player there. So,
Yeah.
but we play with I play with friends on a server of 4.
Yeah. But even a server of 4, like, even a potato could run that. When you start getting more players, there's more
Yeah.
problems.
But like I said, I am working on it and gonna be making it easier for you. Hopefully, so.
That would be lovely.
But yeah, CP48 will reveal all, and I'm not telling no one yet.
No one but your close friends here.
Yeah, I know, but it's a surprise. I want a surprise for everyone. If I tell one person, that's not a surprise for them anymore, is it?
How long do we have to wait for this price?
Well, how long is A20 coming out?
Oh,
No one knows.
When it's done.
32nd of July.
Where is Madmole? I've never seen him on the forum.
Madmole isn't even working on the game anymore. He's gone on to the next game.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, he'll pop back in and check on things, but yeah, no, he's working on 3 other games, he said.
Yeah, nice.
Where is the Steam Workshop on the roadmap?
Yeah, about there and a bit further. I think after
21,
gold.
22.
But
I
it
think
is
after
on
gold.
the roadmap.
27.
Yeah, it's something they discuss.
Yeah.
It better be.
Yeah.
Because the vanilla game is just not there, and all the best mods are client side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And it's such a pain in the butt to deal with, without having the,
Unless we could push our mods to the clients somehow.
No, that's not set up to do that, and I don't think it ever will be. Not in this game.
We'd need to make a custom installer, and it would just be a pain in the backside. Yeah.
I did make one, but it would. I had 2 installers. One would install it to the default location on the C drive, and one would install it to the default location on every drive.
Eesh.
So if you're like, I don't know where it is, you hit the every drive button, and then you get a 7 days mods folder in every drive on your computer, which worked.
Wow. Yeah.
Shotgun approach.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't figure out how to write it so that it would search for the file. I probably could now, but
What about user
I couldn't back
input?
then.
Let the user select where it goes.
Yeah, but
That's usually
users
where you
are
have the
dumb.
biggest problems, isn't it?
Yeah, users are
Yeah.
dumb. They don't know where their install is.
Yeah, very
How,
true.
how did they install Steam if they if they don't know how to.
Double
Because
click.
Steam-
Yes.
Double click,
Because-
happy click,
Network
done.
has a computer.
When you install a game on Steam, it's automatic. It automatically goes to your C drive.
Or wherever you have
Right.
Steam installed. Like mine's on
Yeah,
my
and
Yeah.
then they wonder why their C drive goes so slow that it's plays up.
But
and
if
then
you're
it's all
they're
going
dumb, so they do everything default, right?
Yeah.
So
We get players who have trouble with Steam mods, so yeah, I can imagine that would be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Steam's not exactly helping itself at the minute, but yeah.
no.
No, not really. It seems to be getting worse with mods.
At least they pushed localization since Alpha 19 now.
I know, that's the best thing in the world. I like the localizations. Although I modded in a working toilet so people could empty their glass jars of murky water or clean water, and had somebody, the toilet's not working, and I looked in the chat like they're expecting to be able to drink the toilet water. I'm like, that's gross. Why would you want to drink the toilet water?
Oh,
Nasty, nasty. Read the description because it even says it right. They had to have crafted the toilet because it doesn't spawn manual or locally anywhere, or vanilla or whatever. And I'm like, you crafted it. I have right in there. I spent the time to type out what you do there. It says, get rid of your stuff. I even told them what button to use.
People don't read, comma.
I
don't.
know.
Want it all done
absolutely
for 'em.
don't. No.
I know. Because they're dumb. So then I make fun of them. Like, ew, you're drinking toilet water? Gross.
Might be worth making a working sink or something, Nanny.
I'll have a working sink.
Science
plus you
Den
can
has
get
a working
water
sink,
from-
too.
Hmm.
Hey? Sorry, what was that?
Working sinks.
Oh, Valmar does, yeah.
There's
I
a
have working
Cruel and
sinks. I have
un-
coolers.
there's a cruel and unusual punishment for users that don't read the signs when they spawn into the hub on that server. They have to swim to shore.
Ah,
Nice. We just use random spawn still at the minute. We spawn people in the wilderness like dogs. It's brilliant.
I was thinking about expanding Valmar's into like the water coolers, and the fridges, and the I was going to use the toilet as a joke sort of thing.
mhm.
You get really thirsty, you drink full of water, which is what those glass bottles are. But you can fill up your glass jars out of the toilet, and all that. So,
Disgusting.
but yeah, I know. But that was more of a joke.
Desperation is desperation, you know.
Exactly.
I
Just
let them throw
pretend
their stuff
it's-
out with the toilet. Just because there's no way to empty your jars if you have a stack of jars and you accidentally fill it up with a block of water, you're like,
Yeah.
great, I've got 500 jars of water. What the hell do I do with it? So I made the toilet so you can dump them out.
Glue,
Yeah.
duct tape.
That's-
I like.
Just call it
Teas.
Mountain Dew dispensary.
Oh, isn't there a soda machine in there somewhere?
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
make that work.
You can make smoothies out of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, I just really haven't had time to do a lot of on any of the mods. They all work at the moment, so I just haven't expanded on them.
I'm sure
Once
you-
they go, once it,
Oh, that's one thing I wanted to ask you. Some of the stuff that's in the lootable objects is not stuff that's even spawnable from creative, but it's in the game, and they can
What?
find it. I don't have any examples right now, but it's stuff that we've had to remove because, like, it's not even part of the game as far as we can tell. Like, it's in the items XML, but it's not lootable
you
or
look-
craftable.
Stupid
anywhere.
question. Have you turned dev mode on in the creative
Yeah, I
menu?
was gonna say dev mode. It has to be in
Yeah.
the creative menu if it exists.
Yeah, so if it's in, it might have a different name, but if it's not in the creative menu,
Well,
it's usually under dev mode.
yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
any modded.
Or if it's set to player mode none, it won't show up anywhere unless you spawn it in.
yeah,
Command.
that's what it would be, but they're not lootable. I'll see if I can find them again, but I'm pretty sure we've deleted them all from that.
Quick question for you modding guys. Probably a stupid one, but there we go. For mods to load clients, server side only, I'm assuming it's just not something that doesn't have any textures or assets that's downloadable. So if you use all in-game assets, it's always going to be
Right.
server side, isn't it?
So the server will
Yeah.
push XML to the clients.
Okay.
So if you basically say you wanted to make another item, and the item already exists, it's basically like kind of like an extension or a different version. You know, all you do is just create a new item, name it what you're gonna name it, and you can use the same icon and just actually tint the color. So that way you know this is what it is. So your normal wrench, and all that'll push to the client. Now, if you want
Okay,
to
that's
add
cool.
if you want to add something with your own texture, like you want to do a new block, and back in A15 I had made diamond, or A16 I made diamond plated blocks that had a ridiculously amount high of health. So that I had to do that through Unity, apply the texture in Unity, and then export it into a file, and then do the XML. That would have to be downloaded because it's an asset running through Unity. So if you want to if you want to add new physical objects that aren't already in there, you got to run that through Unity, and that's a download.
So I could do everything you've done there, but instead use steel block tinted blue, and it would be absolutely fine server side.
Yes, but
marvelous.
Steel blocks are coming out in A20. They're removing them.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, that means all my prefabs are going to go down the drain.
Well, actually, that's not 100%.
Stainless steel. Excuse me, stainless steel. Let me correct myself.
Those blocks that I gave you, they are being removed, but in A20, I believe they're leaving them in, so people can change them over easier.
Okay.
So people can swap them over, but they will be going probably
A21,
or even one of the updates.
Are you talking about stainless steel or steel block?
Stainless steel. That's my mistake. It's stainless steel, not steel. But like if you wanted to, if you wanted to do, say cobalt infused steel, you could just tint it blue, and then there you go. You use the steel block, just copy the XML, and then just add a tint property to it, and now it's blue. Same thing with the icon. You use the same icon and tint it blue, and then there you go. Yeah, that's easy stuff. Just doing something like that.
Yeah, I'm not nearly creative enough to do Unity bits and bobs with different textures and stuff. But
it's actually not that hard.
It's more the inspiration and the idea and the looks and stuff is not my cup of tea. But
yeah, I got you. Yeah, I saw diamond plate. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I want to throw blocks like that, and I actually made some fantasy-esque colored marble blocks as well. That were that I did. I might still be on my GitHub. I'll take a look. If there is, I'll post a link of like the pictures. I don't know if I still what I have, but then again, they're not compatible with today's version because I never bothered updating them. But they're kind of like surreal, like deep colors and stuff like that. It'd be something more for like a fantasy setting, the modern day. But I'm like, oh, I'll do some like marble for like flooring and stuff like that. And it's your basic shapes. It was, your block, your half block, your plate, your wedge, and I think I did the 2 round pillars, like the thin one and the fat one.
Oh, brilliant, man! That's excellent.
So, all right, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys next time.
We gotta
kind of maybe end. It is past the 90-minute mark, but if you guys want to talk about that modding stuff or something, you can always at me. You can always ask questions on Guppy's server if you eventually want to get into the Unity side. Zith has a whole bunch of videos on his YouTube for tutorials. And it's not as hard as you think. There is a script to actually export it as the correct file. And just look up, if you guys aren't doing modlets and still editing the actual game XMLs, which I don't recommend, I posted a link for someone yesterday who was asking modding questions on like to get started and like structure and stuff. So the best way actually is just to download a small modlet, see how it's done, and then you have an idea. You can also look up Max Fox on YouTube. He did video tutorials to get you started in XML editing and stuff like that. Doesn't cover any Unity or anything, but he did a series for XML. And if you guys already have an idea, this might give you other ideas or information you didn't have before. But
Awesome possum.
I think we'll end it there. And like I said, you guys want to hit me up on the chat or anything, just feel free to. Just at me. My thing always says busy, but that's not always the case. 10:36 on the East Coast. This will be this month's Brain Drain. Will be back next month. Maybe with a similar format, maybe with actual topics. We don't know. That's a month away. So thank you everybody for coming out. I appreciate it. I like when everyone comes out and is interactive, and it gives me inspiration to keep doing this. So we will see you on the server, and we'll see you next month.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Joy.
Toodaloo.
The new time zones, by the way, are fantastic. Thank you.
Time of the day.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've literally seen your brain drains from day one. It was something that interested me from day one, but you were hosting them way too late for me.
Sure. Now we try to wiggle around the clock for